I've only played this map against Protoss so far, and I like it, but I can imagine it being annoying against Zerg and Terran.
Yeah.
Just like we
Right,
were talking
guys.
about last time, man. You just float those starports to the island.
Watch. If you ever play on this map, that's exactly what you're gonna do. And then I'm gonna
Like,
sit here and
useless
laugh.
players.
Everybody's gonna be confused. But and we are in the game, and down here in the bottom right side of the map, Way Station, playing for his clan Team Rival Gaming. We have the purple Zerg player CalebAracous.
Aracous?
Aracous. I
Aracus?
don't know.
We'll just call him Caleb.
Yeah,
We're
it's
Team
it's
Rival
easier that.
Gaming.
Yep. And up here in the top left side of again the map Way Station, playing for his respective clan, the clan with the name Overdosed.
Odd.
Red Terran player, the returning champion. We have Roblawls,
Roblawls.
who will once again be referred to as Rob throughout this cast.
Rob.
Alright, well no 10 pool from the side of Caleb, so that's fine. That's all fine and dandy. Don't want me. Why do the overlords look like they're a pair of lings on the mini-map? They're like so stretched out.
Mine,
It doesn't make any sense.
mine looks fine.
I don't know. The overlords on my mini-map look so stretched out. I don't know what is wrong. But Rob actually
Strongest
not
unit
gonna
in the
push
game
well.
makes its way across the maps ever so slowly.
Yep. Big giant flying blimps.
Yep. Shitting on things. That poop's no joke, man.
I bet you the entire Zerg swarm is getting a TV broadcast, and these overlords is what's providing it to them.
Mhm.
That's the true story of overlords. They carry camera equipment around with them.
So many cameras.
Yeah, just cameras everywhere, man. And inside the little Zerg hatcheries, there's TVs.
That's what America's gonna make one day. They're gonna make overlords. That's New World Order right there. NSA style, son.
Oh god. Horrible. Let's not have giant
Yeah.
things with cameras inside them flying around. Let's not. Then again, that already kind of exists in the form of helicopters and cameramen.
Yeah.
Caleb now going for that hatch gas pool, which is the most greedy build a Zerg can go for. And on the side of Rob, we've got that one rack CC, so a very Wings of Liberty-esque build, which is perfectly fine. And there's one Marine, man. He's on a mission to kill overlords. Does he see that
Go
overlord?
get him. He
Nope.
doesn't see it.
Skips
He
right
might
by
see
one
it.
of them.
I think he
Very
might see one with this SUV. I think he sees it.
He's going to go take the watchtower. Yep, here we go. He saw it. Is this Marine going to be able to accomplish his mission? No. He's just going to decide, you know what, I don't
It's
want
like,
to
where
do
is
this
it? Where'd
Done.
it go?
Well, there's a second Marine over here at this natural that may kill the heading over there now. And with two Marines, this Overlord's most definitely going to die. With one,
Get him.
it's definitely difficult to tell, but with two, it's definitely going to die. Gas coming in now for Rob, and metabolic boost on the way now for Caleb, and he's still leaving one in gas. So going to have a pretty decently timed layer, and there's two Marines going to town on this Overlord. Going to kill it. A little bit of stutter step there against a unit that can't fight back. And now Caleb's going to
Yeah.
have to be forced to use 200 minerals. Mercy. Please, I'm sorry for whatever I did. Mercy. Have mercy on the Overlord's souls. But no. No,
No, Rob's like, overlords don't have souls. As Rob slaughters these overlords. What a monster.
Yep. Slaughters them all like poor innocent women and children. Which technically
God,
they are.
he's on our
but yeah,
team,
they can't
gosh.
fight back. Can't fight back, unfortunately, for those Overlords as much as they'd like to.
They need ability where they just fall on their enemies. You just press the
Overlords
button, they
fall
just
from the
fall.
sky,
They take
enemies them.
yeah, they take some damage while falling, but it'll be a good attack.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we got a factory and a reactor on the way now for Rob, and those Hellions should be hitting the field shortly. And actually a second factory for Rob as well. So is this Blue Flame Hellions? There's that tech lab that's being queued up on that barracks. So I think it will be Blue Flame Hellions. A nice 6-minute third base now for Caleb. And a Roach Warren on the way now for Caleb. So I think if it is Blue Flame Hellions, I think you should be okay. And this may be a Roach Bane bust attempt here by Caleb, as we got that Roach Warren and that Banely Nest coming down both at the same time. Metabolic boost is done. So this could get very, very scary very quickly for Rob if this is a Roach Baneling bust.
Hopefully you'll have a tank out in time if that is the case.
Is it going to be Blue Flame Hellions? That's the big question on my mind right now.
I
'Cause if
think
it
it will
is,
be.
nope.
No.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I saw a factory going away. I was like, oh, I'm not even going to protect. I'm not even going to check the production tab. It's
I
clearly a
thought he was
tank.
building the tank for a second, yeah.
I did
But
too.
it was
But
not a
nope.
tank. It was actually Blue Flame being
It's a
researched.
Hellion and a Blue Flame upgrade. And now we've got that armory finish and actually getting +1 attack for those Hellions. So these Hellions, man, going to be the most effective versus Lings you've ever seen it in your life. But unfortunately, versus Roaches, not so much. Yes, there's a certain number where you can take on a Roach pretty cost efficiently, but that's only one, not
That's gonna
eight.
be like 15 or 20 Hellions just to kill one roach.
Well, these
Two
Lings are getting
hits. Uh-oh.
pretty quickly. So that's nice. Able to kill the Banelings if Rob controls this correctly. Yeah, there's a tank immediately beginning by Rob. Seeing all these roaches crossing the map, he's saying, I want none of this, I'm going to make a tank, and you're going to die. At least, that's what he's hoping, anyway. Maybe it's not the case.
Looks like they're heading over across the map.
Yep, 6 Hellions out now. So is Rob going to get the connections on the Banelings that he needs? Blue Flame is nearing completion, and there's that Baneling morph, 12 of those guys on the way.
Might want to finish that wall, and he starts to.
Yeah, he's going to finish it up.
Will his tank be out in time?
You gotta
Will it
come
be
over here and find
sieged?
those Banelings. Ooh. Blue Flame is now revealed. And here we go. The Banelings are now trying to make their way in, being zoned out here by these Hellions. Really nice
Run.
job keeping them away by Rob. But again, these Roaches. And that tank is starting to shove away, has no kills. And here come the Banelings. It's going to keep crashing into the Lighty, but it's going to crash into the tank. By the looks of things as well, but actually an inefficient trade. And that tank still stays alive. The SCBs don't come off the line in time, but it's not going to matter. Rob is going to hold.
The tank saves the day. Ooh, and that Hellbat. You don't want the fight Hellbats.
Blue Flame Hellions and Hellbats do not care for Zerglings.
Look at how fast they fall.
This Hellbat's got 3 kills, this other Hellbat's got 10 kills.
Wow.
One Hellion has 9 and the other has 9. Wow.
Yeah, that is something you don't want to throw at Hellbats. Is
Oh,
Zerglings.
Lings are not... Okay, if you see Hellbats and Hellions with Blue Flame, please, please, for the love of the Zerg god, do not make Lings and throw them
It's
in
time
there.
to switch your tech.
Yeah. That's a true statement right there. We got the lair on the way, nearing halfway completion. The double evolution chamber about to complete. So I think Mass Roach or maybe Roach Muta is what we're going to be seeing from Caleb to try to counteract the style from Rob. But Rob has the transformation servos on the way, has the +2 vehicle weapons as well, and has even more tanks. So he's looking in a really nice spot right now.
That's something you don't see being researched often, is the transformation service. Yeah, but it could become very helpful. You know, turn your Hellbats into Hellions, make them get across the map faster, and then when you get to the base, just transform them back to Hellbats that could do more damage with wider range of splash.
Yep. And there's that Spire on the way now for Caleb, so there's no Thors currently on the way for Rob, so that's definitely something he's going to have to look to add. But if he adds that, he should be okay. But again, these mutas, there's this weird thing where if the Thors aren't out in time, the mutas literally can kill everything you have. But if the Thor's out in time, then you're fine. You don't have anything to worry about.
Is
It's
that
going to be
his?
interesting
No.
how I devise this and actually makes it Thor or not.
Yeah, he really needs his Thor. He doesn't even have any turrets placed anywhere.
Yeah, this is getting really scary.
Does he have
Some
an
of these
eBay?
link- Yeah.
Select the tab.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have
He
an
does
eBay.
not have an eBay.
Well, that is unfortunate. Wow, those
But that-
lings just evaporated. Good
But there's
lord.
the first Thor coming out.
Okay, yeah, first Thor is on its way. So I think
I
Rob's
think-
gonna be okay.
Yeah, he'll need more
Take
than
one.
one, that's for sure, though.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna need at least 2. But he's only got 1 factory. Or no, he does have 2 factories with a tech lab. Okay.
These mutas can change around the game if they're used correctly and Rob's out of position.
Where did that scan go? That scan went into the 3rd base? That's odd. Infestation pit done now for Caleb as well, so Swarm Hosts most likely going to be the tech choice out of that infestation pit. And Hellion run by coming in now from Rob, going to be able to roast up a ton of drones by the looks of things if he keeps committing here. There's one Queen on the run. Run, Queen. Run.
Look at all those Zerglings. God.
Oh, it's going to die. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh! Oh, the blue flame.
Surround
Hellions.
gets one Hellion. Sadly, only one.
So many lings. So many. many lings is that? It's 44 lings.
Coming
Right? Yeah. Rob sees the mutas. Where are his Thors? The Thors are not near the third base. They're coming out of the main base now, and these Hellions are...
They just do so much damage.
Yeah, they do.
It's Zerglings.
Only 33 lings left. So they killed like 10 of those lings. Oh man, here come the lings though. They're coming into the third base here. Rob is going to have to make sure he reacts to this correctly. One turret going down, a second turret going to fall maybe. Nope, going to be saved. These Hellbats, man.
Scared the Zerglings away. Those Hellbats are no joke, man.
No, especially Blue Flame versus lings. Not any kind of joke. We got 19 workers killed there by Caleb, so pretty decent trade. Pretty decent. Could have been a little bit better, but I guess that's the best he could have hoped for, as he's using lings versus Blue Flame, Hellions, and Hellbats. And Rob, man, I think he's gearing up for a push. Yep, gearing up for a push now across the map, and the things are going to get really interesting. Is here's a quick hive from Caleb as well, so most likely for quick Vipers, maybe even quick Ultras, but I think Vipers is more the
I think it might be Vipers.
But no roaches on the map either. It's just Ling Muta, Ling Bane Muta, which is really, really bad versus mech. Just, it's incredible how bad it is. Like I don't think there's any reason anything should be this bad, but it is. It is. Like why are you making lings, Caleb? Why? There's Blue Flame Hellbats.
Yeah, I need some roaches or something, you know. You need like a roach Hydra composition to battle mech, really.
Yeah, you need Roach, Hydra, Viper, and maybe a couple.
Or you go Mass Mutalist, which is pretty good.
Yeah, Mass Muta is definitely good.
Not against that many Thors.
No, against 4 Thors? No. No. Muta's gonna have a really bad day. Here comes the push now from Rob, though. And this is a really scary push. I don't know how Caleb's gonna be able to deal with this. Yes, he's making a ton of Banelings, but Banelings versus Thors and Hellbats?
You're only gonna really do damage to the Hellbats, really.
Yeah, like, what do you... Well, here we go. Here comes the engagement.
Here we go.
Rob's in a nice...
all melt.
The Banelings.
Nice splits with those Hellbats. Very nice splits.
Yeah, and really, really nice splits.
Mutalists are actually pretty fun.
Pound on them. Yeah, and there's the rest of those Banelings. The tanks now being utilized, and those Thors are still alive, killing every single one.
There's no magic box in those Mutalists.
Nope.
They all clumped up and just died.
Yeah, unfortunately for Caleb, all those mutas were like, "Hey, it's okay. We'll just clump up and we should be fine, right?" No. No, unfortunately, the Thor's javelin missiles do splash damage.
The good thing is, there's not too many Hellbats, but 2 Hellbats still could do a lot of work.
Oh yeah, they're definitely putting it in too. That's for sure. One's got 8, while the other's got 6. Yes, the Thors may die, but look at this other force that's occurring here in the middle of the map for Rob. Man, he's getting ready to gear up for another push once this dies. Yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and move away, regroup, in an island expansion for Rob. Look at this guy, him and his hidden bases.
It's a good thing to do when you're a Terran, especially when there's islands. Just float
That's
your
for
shit
sure.
to it.
5 Ultras on the way. I don't know how much I like that choice either. I mean, it's definitely good. It's definitely good, but there's quite a few tanks. There's 6 tanks, 2 Thors, and quite a few Hellbats as well.
He's gonna need a lot more Ultralists to deal with this.
Rob transition to the doggy style of play now.
Yes.
Sky Terran. So that would definitely be a decent transition at this point. But,
it would be. There's no anti-air.
Yeah. Except a couple, well, no, there's actually no more mutas. There's like 1 muta. Which is not very efficient anti-air.
But when these Zerglings will get rushed the second they go in.
Yeah, as well as they're going to start taking splash damage from the tanks as well. This is such a good spot. And here we go. Caleb's going to go in for the flank. These Ultras going to get nice right in tight on those tanks.
Wow, he actually cleans it up. Not bad.
Good. Units lost is heavily in favor by Rob. 16,000 to 10,000. The cost of war is not cheap, unfortunately. But this is pretty much all Caleb's got to his name at this point. Like, these 5 Ultras, there can be a couple more made. There can be about 2 to 3 more made, and that's about it. And struggling on bases is Caleb as well. He's on 5 bases. 1 is near dead, but here comes this Ling counterattack, or actually full-on attack, killing a lot of SCVs.
That's good. Zerglings attacking the Thors. They didn't go for the Hellbats, which is a very good thing, while the Hellbats are busy with the Ultralisk.
Yep, and the Thors were actually AI'd onto those Lings, so not killing the Ultras. These Ultras, man, making a lot of headway.
Yeah.
This is really surprising.
Now we actually see a lead for our Zerg player.
Yeah, the first lead he's had pretty much the entire game. These Ultras
50
getting
supply
pushed
ahead, and Caleb is.
Yeah, and making 4 more Ultras as well. And he's also starting to reestablish those bases he lost. Look at worker count, 74 drones to 53 SCVs.
Hopefully this island base for Rob will be a saving grace.
Yeah, he's going to have to rely on that, purely on that base right now. Where are all these SCVs going? Where are you guys going? What? Okay.
To their
5
death.
Hellion, right? And these Ultras, man, these guys are still alive.
Yep. Being annoying at
Ooh,
that
these
third.
Hellions getting into that 4th, though. Doing a ton of damage. Killing pretty much every drone, but the one Ultralist comes in for defense. Alright.
To the next expansion.
Which is going to be defended by Ultras again. Look at this barracks. This barracks just landed here saying, hey guys, what's up? I want to be part of the Zerg. Please, let me fulfill my dream and make infested Terrans.
Infest me. Infest me.
Well, we got the Greater Spire on the way now for Caleb, so looking to make a Broodlord transition, and there's no air, really, other than Thor's by Rob, and he's making nothing but purely tanks, and now Banshee's being added, so I like that decision a lot from Caleb. Once those Broodlords come out, Rob's gonna have a real hard time dealing with those.
Yeah.
How many Ultras are on the map right now? 8 of them. Wow.
Those
There's
Broodlords
3
are
more.
going to be a problem. And there's also going to be Corruptors to guard them, so I think those Banshees won't have too much time to do too much
Those
damage.
things, though. Those fiery charred
Oh my god,
bodies.
look at that. They're just going. These Banshees are
Wow.
going to get rid of them. Okay, they're going to have to run. Run, Ultralist. These Banshees are not your friend.
Oh, those Banshees are not saying, please come here, let me learn more about you. No, they're saying, come here so I can fire my missiles into your face.
Ooh, and that hurts. All those SCVs dead. And only 44 harvesters for a
Those
Terran
Ultras
player
do
now.
not even care about those SCVs. Hi, SCVs, nom nom nom.
Nom nom. No.
So many Ultras being killed by these Banshees, though, by Rob. This
He needs
is...
to run those units elsewhere.
Yeah, he needs to run them back in the main base. What's going on in the main base? Was that a Baneling run by? Or a Ling run by? I'm not sure what went on in the main base there of Rob. I think it was a Baneling run by.
Baneling run by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Confirmed
I
by
saw-
Cypher.
I saw a couple Baneling splats on the floor.
3 Mutalisks.
Alright.
7
Mhm.
Mutalisks. No, that's 6.
There's 12 on the map. Going to town on this CC. Are they going to get it before the CC reaches the turrets? Now is the
No.
time, muted. No. There's no hope for them. Corruptor's now on the way, though, and that Broodlord transition going to start here fairly shortly once he gets more larva, I guess, is what he's waiting on here.
This really isn't looking too good. I think it might be game right here, actually.
Yeah, these Ultras running into all these tanks, but these Banshees
Whoa,
are still
Mutalist. What are you doing?
doing a ton of damage to those Mutas, but the Mutas do still stand. Banshees do not have a chance versus Mutas, as they do not shoot air, and
And this is bad when the Zerg gets in your production.
yeah, but it's only Lings. If there's more Hellbats being produced, they can go to town. I don't think it's
There's
gonna
still
matter.
these Mutalisks, though.
Yeah, these Mutas are
It
sitting
is.
here over production as well.
No Thors being produced, 2 Vikings being made,
GG.
and it's a good game. Caleb
Yep.
takes our 2nd game,
Yep.
tying up the series
between
between OD and TrG to 1-1.
Yeah, that was